Hello friends, you're with a Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Eldritch Horror. I had a pretty bad start. The Omen track or the Doom track already went 2 spaces ahead after 2 turns. In Sydney we have 3 monsters here on the gate. So it's not looking that great at the beginning. These 2 investigators are delayed, and Lily Chen, she is here in the snowy mountains. I made a mistake at the end of the last turn. I thought this was actually the sign that I had to activate, that I had to trigger all these effects. But that's of course not true. This sign has to be here on top of the card. Otherwise, it just indicates that this card is triggered if a sign on top of the card should appear. So that means that this night gaunt here should not have been activated, and therefore it will remain here at the Amazon and won't move to Panama. But I think that's all I had to correct. I think there was nothing else to do. Okay, so my basic plan now is, first I want to improve Lily's abilities here. She's here, a local action, test, will or spend 1 focus. If you pass or spend the focus, improve 1 skill of your choice. And that's pretty awesome because she's got that special ability here that says when you improve a skill, you may immediately improve that skill again. So if we hang out there for a few turns, we can really make her a fabulous, strong investigator. And then she can go to the plateau of Lang, try to resolve the mystery there. Here, for example, at the City of the Elder Things, it is possible to gain clue. No, what? That's wrong, I think, actually. No, yeah, that's actually true. She can gain clue tokens here at the City of the Elder Things. So that would give her the opportunity to solve that mystery on her own then. So maybe that is the overall plan. I don't know what mysteries will follow in the during the adventure, but I could imagine that lots of them are focused here on this Antarctica board. I mean, this is why it's there, and thematically that makes sense. So I guess maybe I'll try to use these 2 to close the gates here in the rest of the world, fight monsters, deal with the rumors, and Lily might try to stay in Antarctica and deal with the mysteries there. So it's now Tommy Muldoon, and sadly he can't do anything, so we're simply because he was delayed. So and then it's Lily, and she can now focus. She can do a focus action here, so that will give her a focus token, and then she can do this local action spend the focus and simply improve one ability. And I think she will start with observation. So that means she can simply place a +2 observation marker here. Then it's Diana Stanley, and she also will simply be back from being delayed. So that was the action phase during this turn. And then we come to the encounter phase, and we can start here for we can start with Tommy Muldoon. I wonder if I should draw a Buenos Aires encounter, which might gain him a spell, but he's pretty bad in spells. So in this case, I think I will actually draw from this encounter deck here and resolve the city encounter. Okay, to find the city's legendary magic shop requires knowledge of their ley lines. So we got a lore -1 test. So I can only roll 1 die here. Nope. Okay, if you fail, your search seems to have led you through another world. Move to a random space. What? Oh, that is weird. Okay. So random space. How can we determine that? I mean, we could simply draw clue tokens, but even then it's not completely random. I'll check that on the rules. I don't know if there's anything about that. I've never had that situation before. Okay, this is exactly how you want to do it. You simply draw a clue token from the clue pool. And, well, Tokyo. So that's where he ends up. Maybe it's not so bad. He can start defeating some monsters here, for example. We'll see about that. Okay, and then it's Lily Chen. And she's now here in the snowy mountains. And there is also now a new encounter deck for these locations. So let's see what we got here. You find a satchel of undelivered mail at the back of the plane. Okay, we got to do an observation test. Luckily, we just improved our observation abilities. So we got 4 dice now. Oops, that doesn't count. Luckily, it doesn't. Sadly, 2. My goodness, come on. Yep. Okay. All failed. We have our the lucky rabbit's foot. That's also something we can use, so we can reroll 1 die. And that was pretty bad. If you fail, you imagine hidden meaning in the letters, lose 1 sanity, and gain a paranoia condition. Oh, that was bad. Okay, so our bad rolls go on, and it's now Diana Stanley, and she can now fight these monsters, and she's going to start with the Night Gaunt. It's not so terribly strong, So first, the horror roll. She can reduce the horror of monsters to 1. So she has 1 will. And that was a miss, so she loses 1 sanity. And then she will fight the Night Gaunt. Okay, so she will use that Wither spell with her lore and the Arcane Manuscript. She's got about 5 dice. And that was a success. And then she gains a +3 during that encounter. Then flip that card. The harmful magic lingers in your body. Lose 1 health. So sadly, that's also something that happens. And then I got a strength of 6 now with the Wither spell. -2, so I got 4 dice left. And try to kill that Night Gaunt, which is not going to be easy. Oh, damn it. No success at all. So I lose another health, and that sucks. Then I'm going to fight the skeleton. Pretty similar. First, got to roll a die here, and that was the horror check, so we lose that. Then I'm going to roll for the spell. This time 2 successes, at least. The magic takes hold in your target's body, no additional effect. And then we have again 4 dice. And can try to kill this guy. Yeah, and this time we were actually lucky. 2 successes, very good. So we managed to kill the skeleton. If you defeat this monster, recover 1 sanity. So that's definitely good. And now, I'm not sure actually. We got now the Pallid Mask. And it says during the encounter phase you may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters on your space. So I think it is still possible to do it actually. I mean, it says during the encounter phase. It doesn't say at the beginning of the encounter phase or something. So anyway, during the encounter phase, also after encountering the monsters, I can choose an encounters if there are no monsters on my space. So I think I can now actually choose to close that gate. And I'm going to do that. Okay, here we go. It says Lost Carcosa. You grow frustrated walking through the empty streets, able to hear people talking and laughing nearby, but unable to catch up to them. You try to focus and distinguish specific words from the mingling conversations. Okay, so we got to do an observation test here. And that was a solid success. The words you hear sound familiar to something you've read. You try to recall their significance. So we got to do a lore test now with 4 dice. And again, we are successful. That sounds good. If you pass, you use the words to close this gate. Awesome. So finally, a successful action. The gate to the Amazon is closed. Not to the Amazon, but to Lost Carcosa. And we come to the mystery phase. or Mythos face. And again, another bad card. Torn asunder. So this thing moves on. And we got a monster surge, but now, because there is no gate with that symbol, nothing happens. And we get to spawn 2 clue tokens. And we got number 12, which is down here. And this is San Francisco. Okay. Strange forces stretch you in all directions. The portals between worlds are pulling reality apart, and you feel these unearthly energies coming from all corners of the globe. That sounds completely terrible. Each investigator loses health equal to the number of gates on the game board that correspond to the current omen. Holy shit, that could have been bad, but luckily no problems here. If there are no gates that correspond to the current omen, advance the omen by 1. Okay, I mean, in the end that could have been worse. No, actually that's not true. It says advance the omen by 1, so that goes up here, which is not that great, because that means now that the Doom track will move 1 step closer, because there is this Eldritch token over there. But overall I think that was okay. Wasn't so bad. Okay, now let's go to the next. Let's go to the next turn. I just wonder what to do with him. I mean, I could try to attack that warlock here, because if he activates, an investigator might get a curse, which is definitely not a good thing. So I guess I'm gonna move here with him, and then as an action it says move 1 monster of your choice with toughness 3 or less from an adjacent space to your space. And so I can now move that warlock right into my space, which allows me then, as an encounter, to attack him. And then it's Lily Chen. And once again, in the Snowy Mountains, she tries to improve her abilities. Problem now, he's got the paranoia condition, but still I don't want to rest. On the other hand, I could try to. I mean, I got that lucky rabbit's foot. Hard to say. I think I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna test the will. I got a will of 3, and I got that lucky rabbit's foot. So I think I can do that. Yeah, okay, great. I was successful here. So that allows me now to improve again an ability of my choice. And yeah, what might that be? It could be will. Interesting. I'm not sure. But yeah, why not? I think I won't improve influence. For some reason I got a feeling I won't need influence that much here in the Arctic. I mean, here I could actually acquire assets in the lake camp, but still I think what is that? Yeah. Still I think for some reason that for these encounters here in these mountain regions, it's probably more interesting to have the other abilities. So I guess I'm going to improve my will. Got a will of 5 now, which is pretty good. And then I can rest, and I can try to discard that paranoia condition. So let's simply roll a die, and we didn't make it. Okay. And it's then Diana Stanley. So where will she go? I think she might actually go to Buenos Aires. Gain some spells. It's not a bad thing. She goes to Buenos Aires and then takes a ship ticket. Or she could also rest. Maybe that's a better idea. She's in a pretty bad shape, actually. She only has 3 strength left. I think she's gonna rest. I think I'm gonna prefer that. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So then we come to the encounters again. Okay, it's Tommy here, and he's gonna fight that warlock. So, and this guy, he has to do a horror check here. So he rolls 2 dice. Oops, damn it. Okay, fantastic. 2 successes here. So, no problems. And then he can activate his carbine rifle, which gives him a +5 strength. So he's got a strength of 8, and that should be enough to kill this guy. He got 7 dice then, because it's a -1 test. It still shouldn't be a big deal. Wow, 1 success. Well, that's enough. So he killed the warlock, and then he can encounter that city space. Okay, so here we go. Legends say that this cemetery is haunted. Exploring the headstones, you encounter an angry specter eager to share his story. The experience is nerve-wracking, but you try to listen. Okay, so he's got to do a will test here, which is not so easy with 2 dice, but it's possible, no doubt, here. And he made it. Very good. If you pass, the spirit gratefully fades from view. Recover 2 sanity. Okay, so he's got, yeah, well, he can recover 1. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like we're doing a little better now. And it's Lily then, and she's again in the snowy mountains. So let's see. Here we go. A passenger on the plane has a violent fit after seeing something horrific. You try to be reassuring. Yeah, great. Now we got that influence thing going on. Okay, we can only roll 1 die here. And that wasn't a success. We can use our lucky rabbit's foot, which I'm going to do. Yeah, success. If you pass, the person relaxes and bonds with you. Gain 1 random ally asset from the deck. That's a good thing. Okay, so that was a great card. A conspiracy theorist. Gain +2 observation during research encounters. And if he is activated, roll 1 die on a 4, 5, or 6, gain 1 clue. Very, very good. And then it's Diana Stanley here in Buenos Aires. And we're going to draw a counter card here. An old gaucho has settled in at the bar, drinking and threatening to slice up other patrons with his façon. You try to convince him to leave quietly. So we got to use our influence, which is not that amazing. And we didn't make it. Now let's see if it's too bad. I would lose 2 health, which is pretty bad. So I think I'm going to try to spend a focus here and re-roll a die. And again I missed. I'm going to try that again. And I didn't make it. So it sucks. If you fail, a brawl erupts. Lose 2 health. Okay, can't change it here. Actually, I already lost now 5 health. So it's definitely time to heal quite a bit now. That will slow her down, but can't help it. That's pretty bad. Okay. Mythos face. Oh gosh, come on. Again, a tentacle card. We're really not lucky. So first we gotta spawn some new clues. So that one is Rome. And that one is 19. That's probably somewhere down here, I guess. Nope. It's up there. Okay. A dark forest hidden in the southernmost part of the world has torn the twin spawn of Cthulhu free from their bonds on Jupiter. Vast in size, the duo now leave horror and devastation in their wake. Twin spawn of Cthulhu, ongoing rumor. When this card enters play, spawn the Ntorsa epic monster on space 12 and the Ntalu epic monster on space 18. When both have been defeated, solve this rumor. You're gonna be kidding. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator loses 6 sanity. Oh my goodness. Discard 1 Eldritch token from this card unless investigators as a group spend clues equal to half investigators. Okay, and we gotta place 3 Eldritch tokens on this card right now. So that is definitely not a good thing. Okay. Pretty big problem here. So okay, what is Tossa and Cthulhu? Okay, so these are now these 2 monsters here. This is Tossa, and that is placed at space 12, which is down here. Okay. Problem is, it's a physical resistance. That's not so bad. She can actually try to kill her, and she's pretty good. So I think she might be able to do it. The toughness is equal to half investigators plus 2, so that would be a darkness of 4. The bad part is that she's at 2 health, but she can rest and then try to attack that monster. And then we got this one here. Tolu. And that is magical resistance. Toughness is equal to half plus 2. So, where is that? At 18. So that's here. Okay, so overall this is not so bad because they're all close to the investigators who want to do that. I mean, he's the guy who wants to fight in physical combat. And he's the one who wants to fight in... she's the one who wants to fight in magical combat. Okay, let's do another round. And well, I think actually that how much sanity has he left? 5. This is not so bad. What happens if you defeat this monster? You may lose 1 sanity and move 3 spaces. I'm not sure if I want to do that. So I think for now, he will actually stay here in the city. And he will prepare for travel and gain a ship token. So then in the next turn he can move right there. And I wonder if there is something else he can do. Well, he already has his full sanity. Well, he could recover here and also gain another focus. Both is interesting. What do we have here? I mean, we got an automatic, but he already has a pretty good weapon. The astronomy guidebook. That's, I don't know. It's not so bad, but maybe resting would be a better idea. How much damage does this thing do? 2. So this is not so bad after all. Not so sure. Absolutely not sure what to do here. Could also, I could acquire assets. I could heal. I could focus. Okay, I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try and acquire assets action. Does that make sense? I don't know. I mean, why not? The point is, if I do so, I might actually get the 45 automatic. And then, in a later turn, I could use the delivery service and bring that to Lily Chan. And then she's a real fighting machine. So, that might be an option. I guess I'm going to do that. So, how much health has he remaining? 5. That should be okay for now. So I guess he's actually going to try to do this acquire assets action. He's got 3 influence. And perfect. That was perfect. So 2 successes. So he can buy the automatic. That's just awesome. And actually, I mean, he could try to do this right now and gain a depth condition, but it's kind of risky to do that. On the other hand, I mean, he could do that. If he buys a depth condition and then gives the automatic to her, and she's got already a strength of 7, which is just so amazing. And we can improve her even more to a strength of 9 then. That's tempting. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try that. I mean, if I lose my carbine rifle, I'm in real trouble. But I got a focus token, and maybe I can do that. So I guess what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a bank loan and also buy the investment. No, not the investment, but the delivery service. When you gain this card, immediately give any number of item possessions to another investigator on any space. So the automatic goes now to Lily Chen. And yeah, my basic idea was to do this now, because I'm not sure when I will be in a city again. So I'm not sure when I can do this acquire assets action. Excuse me, again. So then we got to draw 2 new assets. And that is a cultist journal. Oh, that's strong. It's a very strong card. Gain +2 will and +2 strength during combat encounters. Awesome. And police ledger. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the ledger. If you pass, discard this card and gain 1 clue. That's not bad. Okay. But then he gets a depth condition. Here we go. And it's Lily again. And she's still in the snowy mountains. So now she's got a will of 5, and she's going to do a will test here and try to improve even more abilities. And that was a success. So she will now improve her lore, which is now also 4. And then she's going to rest. And she can gain a sanity and then try to get rid of the paranoia condition. And again, she didn't make it. Damn it. So, and then it's Diana Stanley, and she draws a... no, wait a second. She can do the actions. So is she already ready to attack Ntosa? I don't think so, actually. It's a strength of 3, toughness. I don't know if this is such a great idea. No, I don't think so, actually. So I guess I want to heal. I want to rest for now. So I got now 3 health. And in addition, I think I'm going to try to focus and gain a focus marker. So, that was the end of that action phase. We have now encounters, and again, Tommy here in the city draws another encounter. You make sure no one is watching before sneaking out of the shop with your stolen goods. That's a great idea, especially if you're a cop. So he's got a 3 observation, and of course he didn't make it. So I guess I'm gonna try it again. Spend a focus and hope for the best. Yes, damn it, that was lucky. Otherwise I would have been detained. Whew. Okay, good. So if you pass, gain 1 item asset from the reserve or 1 random item asset from the deck. So let's see. I mean, this is pretty cool. We might now take the cultist's journal. The problem is it's magical. So we are not able to use that when attacking her or him, simply because he's got a magical resistance. On the other hand, it would give us +2 will too. I wonder. I think I can use that against him for the horror check, and then for the fight check, I might use my carbine rifle. I guess that makes sense. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the cultist's journal here, and then throw away, and then simply draw a new asset card. Okay, that's a monster hunter. Gain +2 strength during combat encounters. Action: a monster of your choice on your space loses 1 health. Definitely another great card. Okay, so successful action here. And now it's Lily. At the snowy mountains again. As the plane flies over a star-shaped terrace, you try to interpret the dots carved there. Lore. And again I improved just my lore. So roll 4 dice. And I made it a success. If you pass, you learn more of this language, gain 1 clue. That is very useful. And it's Diana then. And yeah, maybe she can gain this time a spell. Would be good. So here we go, Buenos Aires. Okay, I shuffled the card again. It's basically the same as before. An old Groucho has settled in at the bar, drinking and threatening to slice up other patrons with his faction. That's a bad thing, because if she doesn't make it this time, she will again lose. And damn it. But this time she was successful. Very, very good. So that means if you pass, he agrees in exchange for a favor. Gain 1 task unique asset. Okay. Well, actually, what I'm doing here with the cards is I'm always drawing. I'm always drawing from the top. And once I've drawn 3 cards, if there's a discard pile of 3 cards, I shuffle them back in, simply because there are not so many cards here. So I kind of like it that, yeah, if the other cards go back into the deck. I mean, this time it was really bad luck. Okay, so we gain now a task asset. Let's find one. So that's actually pretty good. Genealogy research. That will allow us to examine Tossa. When you defeat a monster with toughness 2 or more during a combat encounter, you may examine the creature's remains. If you pass, gain 2 clues and discard this card. So that's definitely a good one. Okay, so we're done here with these encounters, and then we got to draw a new Mythos card. Okay, so now this thing will move on. Nothing happens here. And now we got this trigger element here. And what does that mean? Well, let's see. We got here First, the monsters are activated, and I think that might be a problem because of the Night Gaunt activated. He might pull her away from Tossa, which is not a good thing. If there's an investigator in this space, no, move him and this monster one space. No, otherwise move this monster 2 spaces toward the nearest investigator. Okay, so it's not happening. So he moves now to Buenos Aires, and she is able to attack Tossa in the next turn. Although she's still pretty weak with 3, but we'll see about that. Maybe she can do it anyway. Okay, so then luckily we killed the warlock. The ancient one, there's nothing. Mythos cards. Okay, this is now the point. We got to discard 1 Eldritch token here. I think that's something we can do. And then it's this patrolling the border. Each investigator on a city space tests observation. Okay, so these 2. And we start with Muldoon. He's got 3 dice here. And he didn't make it. Great. Okay, so I don't want to reroll that. So it says if he fails, he becomes delayed and gains a detained condition. Oh boy. That sucks. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so that's now detained. You cannot move or perform actions other than the actions on this card. Instead of resolving an encounter, flip this card. Local actions. Test influence. If you pass, discard this card. Okay, luckily, he's got a pretty good influence. So, I guess he might be able to get out there. But still, I mean, we've lost a turn, which is not good. And then it's Diana. She also has to do that. And she also has an observation of 3. But she was successful, luckily. Okay, and then... So these were the cards. What the next thing? The possessions and conditions. So it's now the depth thing here. And that means we have to flip that card. That's not good. Some men have come to collect on your debt. Flip this card. Debt collector. Oh, that's bad. The man in the silk suit hands you a large stack of papers. I believe you'll find this offer quite reasonable. His smile reminds you of a shark. It's clear that he will not take no for an answer. So the problem is, if we fail that, we're really in trouble, because then we would lose both our items, and these are very, very good items. But we got a pretty strong influence, so we got to be lucky now. I mean, really. Come on, don't let me down now. Oh, damn it! Okay, I'm going to spend that clue token. I simply have to risk that. These items are too valuable. But, oh boy. No! Well, that's it. We're fucked. Oh, shit. So now that's really a problem. Now he's really in trouble. Oh, that was a terrible card. That was so bad. Because it means now that all our fantastic items are gone. And I don't know how to fight that guy here, Cthulhu, without them. So that is now a real big problem. Oh man, I'm really frustrated now. The risk was too big. I shouldn't have taken that depth card, but now, I mean, afterward you always know better. Oh man. Oh boy. Okay. Ah, shit. Great. Sitting in jail. Can't do nothing. Oh, that sucks. By the way, this card goes away. Then discard that card. Okay. Okay, well. And then it's... Well, I simply can't get over that. This is really frustrating. Oh man. And okay, is there anything else? Well, we got the conspiracy theorist. He's also going to be activated. And that's 5, at least something, so we get a clue, which is good. That would allow us to slow down the effect of that Twin Spawn of Cthulhu card. Okay, and that's it then. Someone was paranoid. Yeah, of course, I was. So, but I got a will of 5, so now I hope I can actually do that. And yeah, okay, that was a success, so no problems here. Okay. So I guess that's... No, it's not the it's not the end. Now we got a gate spawn here. Let's see. Okay, this is a gate now in the city of the Elder Things. Right here. Oops. And yeah, and a monster. So that is a cultist. He shows up here. And then we got this tide of despair. A cold, bitter wind howls through the trees and people everywhere cling to their fires and blankets. The chill has settled into your bones and there is no warmth to be found. Yeah, you bet. Each investigator loses 2 health and 2 sanity unless he discards a blessed condition. Okay, so now we're at the point where this whole thing goes really to hell. Oh my goodness. Oh man. And then it's finally him or her, and her problem is now she only is at 1 strength now, so that means she's in real trouble. The point is now, I mean, we are all in real trouble. It's not looking good at all. So the main problem are now these 2 creatures. That's for sure. We got to fight them, and I don't see a chance to kill that creature here with 1 strength. So that's a real problem. The other point is I cannot rest here as long as this nightgown is here. yeah, so I'm gonna lose at least one more turn here. And then I can try to kill him, which is also a risk. But I mean, okay, in the end, if I die, maybe it's something I have to accept here. On the other hand, we got a clue token. Oh boy, that really sucks. The other point is, which is even more problematic, I think that he has lost all his great items. So at the beginning he was a real good fighter, but now he's just a pretty bad twerp. And yeah, sitting in jail, completely useless idiot. Oh man, great. She's awesome. That's at least something. She's awesome. And when you... Okay, I mean, she can do this. If everything would go down, she can actually at least do this action and maybe then make her sanity go up to 7. She can spend any number of health or sanity, then recover an equal number of... she couldn't do that. Because her maximum sanity is 6 and she can only recover. So that means if we cannot solve this rumor successfully, we go all insane and we would have lost the game. Because if we're all insane at the same time, the game is lost. So we're in deep, deep trouble now. Well, great. Hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.